How do I start this one? Actually, let me see. Let me first make sure that everything is set because I screwed up. That's the long and the short of it. I screwed up in the lead up to this stream. I had one thing in mind, and now I'm just I'm just rushing to kind of put myself back together. Oh, a parrot. Uh-oh. It looks like my stream quality is... Oh boy, we are off to a wonderful start today. Yeah, I'm dropping frames. I'm gonna have a quick look at the internet connection and then see what's happening here. Yeah, let me stop the stream for a few seconds, check the modem, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Hang on. Okay. Wow. The frames are still dropping like crazy over here. Actually, let me see. Is there a... Yeah, I don't think I have a reliable way to show it, but I'm dropping frames like crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen over here. For some reason, whenever it rains, that seems to have something to do with it. You know what? I kind of set myself up for this one because I titled this one "Stream the Unlucky 7th." You know what? Actually, you know what? Let me get rid of the unlucky. Maybe let me get rid of the unlucky part. Maybe I'm jinxing myself in the process. Let's see. Alright, you know what? Let's just roll with it, see what happens. I think one thing we should start with is fire up the game. Alright, so doesn't doesn't look like it looks kinda empty here today. Well, I mean it's always empty, but yeah, you know what? Memo for future me. Check what you're doing before you attempt the stream. Hang on, is this loading? I don't know if this is loading. Yeah, it's loading. Let me... Let's see, volume... Volume seems to be okay. I am still dropping frames over here. You know what? One more time. You know what? Let me restart OBS. Let me see if that does anything. Stand by, folks. Okay. It doesn't look like. Looks like we're just gonna. You know what? I'm kind of wasting time over here. Looks like we're just gonna have to roll with what we got. Yeah, cause this thing is dropping frames. Let's see. The internet the connection quality is low. I'm guessing the stream quality is gonna be a little on the iffy side as well. But well, we got Kerbal Space Program running, so that's a good start. Now, if it could just show up on screen. Ah, there we go. All right, so we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. But for completely goofing up, I think I'm gonna send myself to the Mun. There's no other. There's no other alternative. But first, we need to get ourselves there. So you know what? Let's start a new final for this. Let's see. Let's choose a flag. Get some real life options to choose from over here, or you could just choose something that the game ships with. You know what? Let's give this flag a try over here. Seems pretty definitive of what our end goal is. Travel the universe. Let me see how's this looking over here. Space. Yeah, that's decidedly what we're doing over here. Let's see. We need to. You know what? Let's universal research. That's that's the best that I got right now. I don't know if I can rename that. Yep. Space. Going to space. Want to see me? Buy a telescope. Going to space. Or something like that. You know what? There's a couple things that I wanna. Let's see. Missing crews respawn. You know what? Let's do that. Include stock vehicles. Let's do that as well. Winter heating. Just a quick primer of what I'm doing over here. It's just tuning the settings for what I want to do over here. Let's see. Part G-force limits, Kerbal G-force limits, resource transfer. Plasma blackout requires signal for control. There's some things that'll add to the realism over here, but ultimately this is a simulator, so it'll do what a simulator will do, which will be screw up in some pretty funny ways. Alright, so welcome to the Space Center, says Gene Kerman, named after Gene Kranz, Mission Control Director. Yeah, it's just a quick intro for what we got over here at the Kerbal Space Center. Just the base of operations. What I'm playing in over here, it's let's see, what is it? The science mode, which is one thing I like with games like this, they often give out these fake flags or whatnot. Well, actually, some of the flags are real. There were. Oh man, I should have committed this to memory. But you had a flag for NASA, you had a flag for ESA, the European Space Agency, and you had some flags for some real-life rocket companies. One that I can name off the top of my head over there was Rocket Lab. They licensed the use of their flag to the developers of Kerbal Space Program. So, just a quick tour of what's around here. Let's start with the vehicle assembly building, where we assemble rockets. And to introduce us, we have Werner von Kerben, named after Werner von Braun. If well, Well, best way to best way to describe it is that if it's anything to do with rockets, you're bound to see his name at some point. So let's see. This vehicle assembly building where we build spacecraft and later roll them out to the launch pad for flight. Pretty impressive, isn't it? But just a quick walkthrough. Like I quickly touched upon this when I did my intro stream, but basically parts over here to the side. Not many right now, but as we advance with the game, we'll open up more and more parts. Right now, we're not going to be able to get much of anywhere, so there's that. This is where the research and development part of the facilities comes into play. The idea science mode is noticing some real ones at the start, like NASA. Yeah, for sure. That's one option, or you could do it your way. You could even make your own flag and upload it into the game, but I'm not about to reinvent the wheel. Not after what happened with Euro Truck Simulator. Oh man, I'm gonna be kicking myself for that one for a while. Anyway, we're here at the beginning, and then as we gain science, we're going to be able to work our way all the way up the tree and get access to some of the more advanced technologies. Like right now we just have just a basic pod, basic everything. But by the time we're through, we'll have scanners, we'll have robotics. We'll have nuclear power sources, and not to mention bigger pieces to work with. Anyway, that's the research and development. There's the space plane hangar over here, so where you can build, well, spacecraft. Well, you could do that in the vehicle assembly building, but over here it's more wing oriented. You can build planes. Build both to fly around Kerbal or around or to and from space. Oh look, there's the mon over there. That's where I gotta send myself for my crimes. For my complete lack of vision. Astronaut complex. We start with 4 astronauts, Kerbal knots. And then obviously we can't work with just 4 of them, especially if we send them on long missions, so we can hire more. You can hire pilots, the little guys that fly the craft, engineers, to make sure everything is working, and then the scientists. They're the ones that make the science happen. Award-winning description there, folks. Thank you very much. And now we have the tracking station over here. Here's where we're starting, the little blue marble known as Kerbal. It's not really modeled after anything in specific. It's just water, land, ice caps. Apparently it's 1/6 of the size of the Earth, so what we build over here, it can get us off of Kerbal, but if we wanted to get off of another planet, well, we need we need something a little bigger. And this is what we were seeing in the distance, the Mun. I mean, we know what the moon is, so it's a little play on the moon's name, but unlike the Earth, we have something else going round and round. We have something smaller, something minimal, hence the name Minmus. If we can call up its name over here. Yeah, here we go, Minmus. So this is where we're starting, but ultimately, we want to see all of this over here. We got a whole system to explore. Courage and stupidity. I forgot I forgot what factors that plays into. I'm sure I know for sure that plays into something, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But yeah, ultimately we want to explore all of this. We start from here, and ultimately we can get all the way out here to a little world called Elu. All frozen and stuff. Where'd the rest of them go? Ah, yeah, here we go. So, let's get to it. Let's start the journey to throw myself onto the mun and make myself pay for not double checking things. So one thing we can do off the bat is, besides build the craft, we can start getting what they call over here science. It's the units that we used to build at the tech tree that I showed earlier. So, let's see, we have something for a Kerbal to ride in, we have something to shove it up into the air, we need something to bring it back safely. Safely this time without having our Kerbal bail out. And now we need something to do science with. We don't have much to work with at the moment. We have something called Mystery Goo. This unit was something one of our researchers came upon while dumpster diving. While researching alternative applications for existing technologies. It's a sealed container which appears to be filled with strange-looking substance. We couldn't reach in or break the canisters open, but watching how the goo behaves when subjected to different situations could be very educational. Whew, that's a mouthful over there. It's not much, but we can still do something there. Anyway, we have our craft built out. Parachutes, we don't have much to work with over there. Alright, now we need a name for this. Let's see. What can we call this? Untitled spacecraft. That's a very original. Let's leave that at that, because I can't think of anything right now. So by that token, I can't think of a name to give this thing. So, Jebediah Curran is stepping up to the plate. Let's see. Let's get a quick sip of water here. So, we can start our science by observing the mystery goo. Let's see what it can observe. The goo doesn't seem to be doing much right now. That would be a given. We're just sitting here on a launch pad doing nothing. But we can also do this to get science. We can have our Kerbal hang out over here. I don't know how it could reach down there, but it can take a surface sample. That will yield us some science. The surface is charred and coated with burnt rocket propellant. There are also trace amounts of a conspicuous green substance. I hope that's not I hope that's not something that was once alive. Alright, let's keep our experiment. We can also EVA report. We can see what's going on over here. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? No, not really. Alright, let's keep our experiment over there. Let's get back inside. Alright, we did some science, and we can do some science from the air, so 3, 2, 1, blast off! Woohoo! I forgot to turn down how hard this thing burns. Now that we're up here... Oh, I forgot to take a crew report while we were on the ground. That's also something we can do, crew report. The shores look inviting and he wants the waves rolling into the coast. That's definitely something we can do over here. We got a pretty good view of the coast. Let's see. This thing is pushing us up to about 10 kilometers. We're coming up on that really quick. Let's keep our experiment. Let's observe the goo really quick. The goo jiggles and wobbles as the craft flies. Yes, very. Let's see, can I observe something out here without getting peeled off? Yes, I can. This is the most precarious situation. Alright, let's get you back inside, and deploy the parachutes. Hopefully this thing doesn't rip off of us on the way down. Actually, let's see, there's a way we can kind of ensure that. we can have it open a little earlier than usual. I had it set to... It's normally set to open around the 1 kilometer off the surface, but I don't want this thing to speed up too much. I forgot if that's a factor or not. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. Come on, point back up. Actually, I don't have to worry about that right now. Alright, parachute is open. We are not... we don't have to bail out this time. This is already a big improvement from the test stream. As we dangle over here, let's see. To our right, we have switches. Wait, that wasn't the right! That was our left. To our right, more switches. Up here, we got the sky. Yeah, we have we have a little view of the inside of the craft. We could control it from in here, but I like seeing what is going on outside. Not to mention, I have a way to actively see and control what the craft is doing. Apparently, we also have storage. We have parts. We have food. We have non-food. We have air. Very important there. We have tools, science, more snacks, board games, toothbrushes, and laundry. If anything, we are perfectly organized for a long trip ahead. Okay, you're taking too long to get to the ground. You're spinning. You're not supposed to be spinning. Okay, stop the spin there. Okay. That's taking a while, but at least we're not going to lose our Kerbal here. It's looking pretty calm and collected. You know what, speaking of snacks, quick snack break over here. Oh gosh. Any day now. Is there anything else I can do up here? Not much. We're going as fast as time warp allows us. Let's talk about you guys. How are you guys doing today? Kind of late in the day, but hope the day is going well. Hope the day is ending well. Hope the day has gone well. For those of you who the day might be ending. Mine was a bit on the lazy side. That's probably why I didn't have Euro Truck Simulator ready in time. Fail. You know what is a fail? Not checking whether the game you were gonna play was ready to go. Because here's the thing, I knew that the game updated. I knew that when the game updates, some mods tend to break, and I play Euro Truck Simulator with plenty of mods. Oh, splashdown! We made it! Yay! I just realized that we needed a goo container to do an experiment down over here. But there's one thing we can do. Let's get our Kerbal out over here. Let's take a surface sample. Surface sample from Kerbin's water. You've taken a sample of the water. It appears to dramatically increase the surface humidity of anything it touches. That's probably a good sign. We can take an EVA report as well. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? No, it wasn't. Now, we can take a crew report as well, but we can only take a crew report one at a time unless we do this. Unless we take our data and then shove it back inside. And then when we get back inside, we can take a new crew report, this time from a different location. Record the crew assessments of the situation. That's very creative flavor text there. You'll see some of the flavor text. It's some of the flavor text is hilarious, and then some of it is just plain generic. Okay, if the monitor that I have on my laptop is any indication, things are pretty hiccupy right now. We'll just roll with it. Alright. Let's recover our vessel and see what happened on this short flight. Alright, we've gained 52 science from all of the above. Excellent, excellent. Jebediah Kerman's ready for the next assignment. And epic. Now, what can we do with that science? It takes 5 science to progress down both sides of the tech tree, so let's see what we can do. Excuse me. Feeling a little lightheaded here, I think. I excited myself a little too much before I got here. Alright, so we can get basic rocketry. Alright. I'm gonna be honest over here. If I cut out for a few minutes, it's because I gotta get myself a good so far, other than the racing Bristol getting right now. Yeah, I was catching. I caught little bits of that from you and just looking at the timeline in general. Honestly, bear with me over here. If I cut out, it's because I'm feeling a little lightheaded over here. I'm okay. Just to make it clear. I think I just stressed myself out a little bit before I got on camera. Okay, deep breaths. Deep breaths. In. Out. And onward. So we can advance down basic rocketry. How hard can rocket science be anyway? If you only had an idea, we can get from down here. We can get more rocketry material, and then down here we have more science material. Now here's the thing. If you can get the science, then you can advance down the tech tree a little quicker. So, you know what, let's focus on the science element over here. We can, this will yield us a little extra science, a little more security material. Security from the standpoint that we're not going to crash. Let's see, 27 points. What can we do with 27 points? Not much. Alright, notification there. You know what? Let's launch the Untitled spacecraft again, but this time let's pack it with a little more science. Let's make sure it's something that we can get to. So we can kit ourselves out with a thermometer and a barometer. Alright, little additions, but they'll yield us more in the long run, and it's not entirely necessary, but let's send somebody else different up there. Let's send Valentina Kerman up. And let's limit how hard this thing will launch us off a Kerbal. This is one thing you can excuse me. It's one thing that's a good gauge at, the thrust to weight ratio. Turned up all the way. You see it's thrust to weight ratio 6.51. That's pretty significant. So let's just turn this halfway. For anybody incoming, let's just be clear. I know how to play this game, but half of the time I wouldn't know how to explain it. It doesn't help that I don't have a script or anything. I'm just doing this completely ad-lib. So bear with me. You know what, let's give it a cool new paint scheme as well. Orange stripe, or yellow stripe. You know what, let's give it an orange stripe. That seems festive. Okay, so everything's set. You know what? Flying science lab. That seems pretty appropriate. To the launch pad. To the launch pad we go. So, since I didn't get it last time, let's get a crew report this time. Crew report from the launch pad. And let's get a barometer reading. Collected and recorded. Generic flavor text over there. Log temperature. Temperature readings are quite literally nominal. Plain flavor text the second. Now, quit going away from me here. It switched over back to my desktop from this end. I don't know if it caught that. How do you English, self? Not very good, apparently. Alright, so if we left the experiments as is, just try and not push yourself. I'm trying not to. Just our knife. Hey! You're here! Good to see you. For anyone else on stream, I was watching Just Harv 9 streaming Animal Crossing last night, which was very fun to watch. If anything, I'm definitely more inspired to go get Animal Crossing now. I put it off long enough, so soon. But thanks for being here. It's really good to have you here. Anyone else here? Go subscribe to Just Harp 9. You'll have fun. Trust me. Anyway, back to what we're doing over here. Let's collect the data. Let's take our barometer reading. Let's take our temperature reading, and we're all good for flight. Back into the cockpit we go. Alright, are you ready, Valentina? You look ready. You look so ready. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Blast off a little more sensibly this time. And while we're flying in the air, we can do science again. Log pressure data, generic flavor text again, and let's take our temperature. Nope, that's not the thermometer. That's this is the thermometer. Lame flavor text again. We already took a mystery goo reading over here, so actually, you know what? You know what I should have done? I should have pointed this backwards so we could touch down on land. Okay, it's a little late for that now. We're just gonna roll with it. Alright, are we going any higher this time? Not a lot higher. Anyway, let's get our parachute up. As we make our descent back to Kerbal, please make sure to stow your tray tables and put your seat back in an upright position. We will be doing a water landing, but that's expected sometimes when you fly in space. Actually, if you're coming back from space, it's unless you're riding the space shuttle, you're not really coming back to land. You gotta. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Space shuttle is one way you can come back to land. If you're flying the Soyuz, a Russian spacecraft, you're going to be coming back to land there as well. Okay, we are picking up speed like crazy over here. Let's get our parachute open. That's one way to know if your parachutes are in danger. If you look over here to the left of the screen, you get an indication of whether your parachute is in danger. We have green light right now, so green light, go. It was turning yellow there, so that was starting to worry me. Alright, once again I am coming back rather slow, but I'd rather be coming back slow than coming back screaming at an unsafe speed. We're gonna be here a while, so snack break once again. Alright, I'm back. Excuse my eating, but, I did it again. I forgot lunch. I know, I'm bad. I will go sit in the corner of shame for my lack of preparedness, my lack of taking care of myself. But in all honesty, who hasn't done that before? Who hasn't blazed past lunch without wanting, or because because circumstances don't permit? That's something to remember. Before you do something important, make sure you've eaten, if at all possible. Do it, it's so good. Yes. Animal Crossing will happen. So, thanks so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. If it seems like it's taking a while for me to read out the chat, it's because you missed it earlier, but my internet quality isn't so good right now. So so that's why the stream looks a little hiccupy. It would look a little better, but it's raining right now, and for some reason that seems to make a mess of things. You'd think, with things being hardwired, they wouldn't be too susceptible to weather, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Actually, maybe it is, and I'm just saying words here, saying words that don't make sense. Anyway, we've collected science from the air. Let's take our data, hop back inside, because if you're a pilot like Valentina, or you're an engineer, I don't think you can do science from the outside. No, you can't. Atmospheric pressure scan can only be externally controlled by a scientist. Yes, you need a scientist, Kerbal, in order to do that. So that means we gotta hop back inside. Let's log pressure from the water, generic flavor text, log temperature from the water, generic flavor text, and let's observe the mystery goo. Generic flavor text. No, the goo escapes into the water. Uh-oh. Quick, get us back. No, not the Space Center. We need to get the ship. But since we're close to land, well, since we're close to the Kerbal Space Center, we can just pick it up from here. We can recover. We got our science. Yay. Valentina's ready. Back to R&D. Let's go down this path over here. Basic science. Alright, now we're talking. This is the big one over here. The SC-9001 Science Junior. A cutting-edge self-contained laboratory. Have you ever wondered what happens to something in zero-G? Or have you pondered the truly meaningful questions? Such as what would happen if I exposed this to the rigors of stellar radiation in unforgiving vacuum? Comes with complimentary notepad. Recommended for ages 4 to 8. Small parts inside make it not suitable for small children. If you were putting small children closer to rocketry. Heavy-duty rocketry. Right. Actually, you know what? Take it back. That's what's the best way to put it? I take back what I said there. If you got a kid interested in rocketry, definitely expose them to it. Not in the sense of put it right next to something that's firing in unsafe conditions. No. You definitely gotta encourage curiosity. You never know if that one kid asking questions and making stuff out of paper, bottles, reading books, etc. You never know if they're gonna be the ones that take us out there into space. You never know. So many possibilities out there. Anyway, let's get back to things over here. We are one science point short of some stability, but I think we can do without it right now. There's one more thing that we can. There's one more little mission that we can send our little flying science lab on. We can just have it touch down on land. But you know what? We're gonna make a little change to it this time. We got it on the last one, so let's add it. Let's add drogue chutes. These will slow us. These will slow us down before this guy slows us down. It's just to make sure this doesn't rip apart the shreds. But there's also one thing that we gotta do over here. We gotta pay attention to our staging. That is when our parts fire. Because if you put them together like so, you get something crazy like this happening. You get your parachutes firing in the middle of takeoff, and then then you're not going anywhere. Go to the corner. Yes, I'll go to the corner eventually. Well, actually, this kind of works out to our favor because I had wanted to just get a little bit of science from somewhere on land. Now, here's one way you can game the game, if you will, because the way you collect science is based off of what biome you're in. That is where you are on the planet. Like here on land would be one biome. Here in the ocean would be another biome. In the mountains would be another one. In the desert, the pole, so on and so forth. But everything here in the Kerbal Space Center also counts as a biome, so you can game things, if you will. Now, I'm not gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to get the science from flying in the air, but since I'm down here, well, first of all, let me see if this counts as a biome. From the launch pad, no, this reset. No, this doesn't count, is it? Do I have enough battery to work with? Yes, I think I do. No. What I'm trying to do is get to the track over there. That counts as another biome now. Once I'm done spinning like a top, maybe I can get. You know what? This is taking too long. Let's see. Does this count for anything? No, not really. You know what? Let's revert it to launch. This is what I get. This is what I get for trying to cheat. There's ways that this game will get you for cheating. Well, anyway, the whole parachute's going off. That's best case scenario. Just a little goof up over there, but nothing too serious. In the worst case scenario, the whole thing will go boom. Okay, I don't know where I'm gonna touch down over here. There is a mod that you can get that'll kind of help you out with that, but I haven't had the best luck with mods on this game for some reason. As in, I've installed some mods, tried them out, and then I either did something wrong or it was a game update that did it. But my mods broke. I'm gonna try again because there's some really good mods for this game that are highly recommended. There is one mod that'll show you more or less where you're gonna land. A little something called Kerbal Engineer. It does that and so much more. And as any mod will do, it'll just add so many different dimensions to the game. How I'm playing it right now is just pure stock with a couple of parts sprinkled in between. No. Oh. Okay, that's that's why I got the drogue chutes, because if I didn't have these, I'm basically doing a lawn dart over here. drogues are open. Yay. Speed ourselves up. We're coming down a little quicker this time, but nothing that's gonna destroy our ship or our brave little Kerbal. Oh wow. My monitor is still back on when I was showing off something on the tech tree. This is how laggy things are today. Alright, where am I gonna touch down? Oh, wait! Fire the parachute! Fire the parachute! We're alive! Woo! That could have turned out a lot more disastrous. But thankfully we are alive and in one piece without anything broken. Let's see, what can we get over here? From the SPs, the space plane hangar. Yes! Alright, so this is gonna be a little cheaty, but we have somewhere we can get signs from, so may as well. Hey, you gotta make the game work however you can, no? Log my pressure data, come on. Log my pressure, log my temperature. Let's hop out over here. Take an EVA report. Take a surface sample. Everything's generic flavor text. Is this what I'm getting for trying to game things? Are you punishing me, game? Alright, store experiments. Take our data. Just a side note with the goo, if you take the data, it's not going to work again unless you have a scientist there to reset it. But that's not really a concern right now, so let's take our data, store it again, and now we can do this. We can do this. No! That's not where I want you to go. There we go. And there we go. Now we are on Kerbal shores. We're somewhere new, so we can get science from a different biome. So let's get let's see, crew report, goo. Oh, we get new flavor text over here. The goo accumulates near the water-facing side of the container. Water's out over here, so I guess it's gonna be clinging to the side or something. I don't know. let's not look into it. Some stuff over here. It's best not to look into it. Let's see, barometer, temperature. Oh, just the right temperature to go for a swim. It's 337 degrees Kelvin. So that would work out to, I'm pulling up a conversion right now. (63.85 degrees Celsius). Which works out to 146.93 degrees Fahrenheit. It's looking a little toasty. A little more, we'd be boiling. We'd be having hard-boiled or soft-boiled eggs for dinner. Yay. Let's see. Do I have everything? No, I don't have a crew report. No. Hang on. No. Take our data. Store our data again. While we're out here. Let's take an EVA report. No, we didn't need a spacesuit to get here. Surf sample. You took a sample of the soil. It's very muddy and sandy. There might be a body of water nearby. Quite possibly. Just a crazy idea of mine. There might be water around. There might not. I could be looking at this incorrectly. Who knows? And back inside we go. Now we can take a crew report from Kerbal Shores. Back to the Space Center. And a little snack break. One moment, guys. Anyone just arrived is gonna say, is this Kerbal space program? Is this a mukbang? Is this some dope that has no idea what he's doing? Maybe it's a little of everything. Anyway, we got our science. Valentina's ready. Back to R&D. Can we get anything? No, we cannot get any electronics. That's okay. We can get stability parts. We can get general rocketry parts. They're going to be crucial at some point. And we can't do anything else. You know what? I just realized something else that we could do. Something else that we could have done. Alright, so we have new parts, so let's see what we can do with them. Let's see, we can start again with our trusty Mark 1 command pod. Let's give ourselves parachutes. We want to come back alive, don't we? Alright, so we got some better rocketry materials over here, so let's make... Actually, you know what? There's a couple things we can do over here. We can get up to the tippy tip of space, or we can try to launch ourselves into orbit around space. You know what? Let's not run before we can walk here. We didn't get a chance to try out our shiny new toy, our shiny new Science Junior. So let's be sure to do that. Okay, that's the thing with a sandbox game like this. There's so many different ways that you can go about it, and it'll be correct. Or better said, there's so many different ways that you can go about it in order to accomplish the same goal. Let's see. What am I doing here? That is a good question. What am I doing over here? Besides building a rocket, trying to figure out what I'm doing over here. Admittedly, one thing that I use as a guide as to what I'm doing is just what do I want to do and what do I need to do to get there. Right now, I'm just trying to get science. So I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter too much. There's one thing that you would have to be paying attention depending on what you're doing. This readout over here, the delta V, that's well, how much speed you can change the spacecraft by, or something like that. You know what? I promise the next time I do this, I'll have better definitions and maybe a script or something. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm sorry. My gosh. But ultimately, I just want to get science, expand the tech tree, and then by expanding the tech tree, then that'll determine what else I can do here. What I'm doing over here is just for aesthetic purposes. It doesn't really contribute to the functionality of the rocket. Let's see. What can we do? You know what? Let's add one more fuel tank. Let's add one more fuel tank, and that'll get us pretty far. Let's strap some science on again. What else can we do? do... There's two areas that we can get the science from at this point, what I'm trying to do over here. Just close to space, and then actually in space, so... You know what, I might bring a scientist along, just so that we can reset things, that way we can do a little more. And our scientist for the job is the very qualified Bob Kerman. Welcome aboard, Bob. Do your planet proud. Let's see, where's my monitor over here? My monitor's still some ways back. Alright. There's one more thing that we can do over here. We can attach it to the coupler, that way we can shed the excess weight once we finally get out of here. Okay, so we need a name. It's gonna take a little while to get here, so, because by the time guys see this, I think sometime it'll take a while for the stream to get to this point. So, you know what, let me just duck to the side, finish, a little bit what I'm eating over here. Suggestions for rocket names. Anyone got a suggestion? Anyone? I'll give it a few minutes for the stream to catch up to this point. Be right back. Alright. I am back. I think I've learned a valuable lesson here. Take care of myself before I pop on the camera. That way I'm not feeling out of it. But when I take to the air, there's gonna be a video thought on that in the near future. Anyway, let's see. If we get a name suggestion, I'll plug it in. Promise. Let's see. The lab returns. I guess we could call it that. Alright. Just check our staging, make sure everything will deploy when it has to. So we're doing launch. This thing is gonna separate. We're gonna fire our parachutes and hopefully come back in one piece. Alright. To the launch pad. Alright, so see, here's what I'm talking about with this science junior. You can conduct the material study. Let's see, the materials show a little chance to change, though one of the samples appears to be silently judging you. Judging you silently. As well you should judge me, material sample, because I have no idea what I'm doing here. Let's pop Bob out here. Now, if we took the data, then we can't do anything with it. We'd have to restore it. So that's where Bob comes in. He is a scientist, so he can restore stuff. And we're all good to go again. Alright. SAS on. That's been what's been keeping my rocket stable. This thing flashing on the blue orb. Because, I mean, I could leave it off. But as you'd see over here, it's a little wibbly wobbly. I could fly it like this, but I want to give myself the best chance at not crashing and burning. Now, here's the difference with the style of engine, because the solid rocket, the little guy we were using before, once you fire it, you can't turn it off. But unlike that one, we can switch to this one. Full power, no power, full power, no power, little bit, full, trim it off a little. Point being, we can fine tune what we're doing. Alright, so our apoapsis keeps on climbing and climbing. How high will it take us? If we can push it back past 70 kilometers, that'll put us solidly into space. Alright, we are going to space, folks! We're not going to be able to stay there for long, but we're going. And we're out of fuel, but that's okay. Let's get rid of this. Bye-bye, rocket engine. You have served us well. Alright, at this point, we can open this up for additional study. I'm going to be flying past here a little quickly, so just bear with me. Ah! Didn't do it in time. There was a quicker way to do it, but I didn't do it. But we are in space. Space! Space. I'm in space. Hey, lady. Space. Lady, space. That's what we should have called this thing, the Space Corps. I'm gonna have to remember that for the next one. Anyway, we're wasting time over here. Let's get to work. Let's EVA. EVA being stepping outside the spacecraft. We have our spacesuit. That's very important. Okay. EVA report from space just above Kerbal's water. You recorded your observations about the situation. That's all? We're in space? That's the best you got? Boring. Let's log our temperature. Wait, collected and recorded temperature data from the environment. Man, the flavor text is lame up here. Was that a thing, or have I forgotten? Oh, this is an interesting one. For the pressure scan, the instrument reads 0. It's as if it were in a vacuum. There's a very distinct possibility of that being the case. Let's see. We got our other mystery goo. The goo seems to have clumped into a sphere. It also appears to have become brittle. Interesting. That's why we're doing science. See what's up with us and all that. Let's see. Take our data. Take our data. Take our data and reset. I don't think we gotta restore any of these, but let's just restore them just to be on the safe side. That's the advantage of having our scientists up here, because otherwise we'd be a little limited in what we can do. What was the one that I did over here? That's also. Here's one way you can double check. You can, when you right click on the Kerbal and then go into what you got over here, the menu, you can see you have an option to see what science you've collected. So let's see, our let's see, mystery goo, atmosphere, temperature scan, material study, mystery goo. Didn't I get something for them? Hang on. I'm all confused over here. I don't think I got science from this. No, I didn't, cause I don't remember this flavor text. The microgravity has greatly affected the growth of crystalline structures. Loose objects are also flying around the bay in a very messy but fascinating way. This one's always fun to read. The Science Junior's flavor text. I thought for sure I had collected one of those, but I guess not. Crew report. There we go. Here's some more interesting flavor text. It seems we are very much in space right now. The sky seems to be mostly below us. Yeah, very. Let's see. Let's pop back outside. Collect everything and then dump it back in again. That way we can get another crew report. You know what? There's something I haven't considered over here that we'll know soon enough if it's something that we gotta be worried about. Am I coming in too fast? If I come in too fast, well, if anyone here has seen Apollo 13, you know at the end when the spacecraft re-enters, well then that's actually a thing. When you're coming back from space, you gotta protect yourself from the heat. Otherwise, you're gonna burn up into charcoal. And we've got a long way to go before we hit 70 kilometers. The border between Kerbin's atmosphere and space. So I think we're gonna find out sooner or later what's gonna happen here. Alright, I time warped up ahead. Let's do some science really quick since I didn't collect anything from over here. And hope that we don't hope that we make it. Oh, this is toasty. But that's how you know how toasty you're gonna get, this little temperature gauge that is showing up over here. Oh boy, we're in trouble, we're in trouble, we're in trouble, we're in trouble! Oh, we are in trouble! Abort! 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 Oh no! Our science! No! This was not supposed to end this way. Oh, and I forgot this guy's parachute. And of course our ship didn't survive. Yay. Take two! That was interesting. You know what, let's there is one change that I could make. The only thing is that, hang on, would that make a difference? Would that not make a difference? You know what, here's one thing here's one thing we can do different. Not launch ourselves up so high. I think that might have something to do with it. Alright, so let's try this again. Let's get our material sample. Pop out. Collect. Restore. Hop back in. And let's fly. 3, 2, 1. Lift off. And hopefully we don't get the bad ending this time. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now, we're gonna do the same thing as last time, except this time let's make sure we don't come back too fast. Alright, how high up are we gonna get this time? I think we're gonna get into space again this time. Alright, excellent. Shed some excess weight. Does this count as the upper atmosphere? Yes, alright. Let's get back to work. Upper atmosphere, goo, temperature, pressure. You know what, the main difference over here is that if we... Actually, wait. No, actually I'm not sure. Is that... Because the problem last time, the reason I wound up resetting was because I didn't get to collect the data when we bailed out. We had to save our butts. But, like I said, hopefully we don't get the bad ending this time. Bad ending meaning we lose our ship, we lose our science, we lose everything. Hopefully not our Kerbal. We almost lost our Kerbal on that last play. Alright. Let's take... What did you get? Oh, hang on. Let's do a crew report. EVA. EVA report. Take our data. Collect data. Restore just in case. There's a little bit of a grindy element to this, admittedly. That can get a little... There's parts of the game that can get a little grindy, but like anything, it's well worth it. It's well worth it to put in a little grind, that way you can expand your capabilities and such. Alright, there's our flavor text again. Collect data, restore. Let's get back inside. Let's see. point ourselves again for landing. Hopefully this thing, hopefully we won't turn into a lawn dart again on this one. He's on fire. Again, it's taking me a while to acknowledge some of these chat inputs. So if it's taking me a while to get to commentary in the chat, it's I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just my internet quality being being not good. And fail. Yes, that was a spectacular fail. All right. Oh. Oh, not again, not again, not again, not again, not again, not again. Oh, darn it. You know what? Let's try spinning. That's a good trick. Oh! We made it! Well, we've almost made it, but we're halfway there. Oh, we made it this time. You know what? I know what the problem is. This thing isn't the most well balanced of ships. You know what I should have done? I should have put the goo containers down here. The only thing is that I wanted Bob to have it easily accessible. Alright, coming back down. We're gonna have some water. Before we go into the water. Alright, so our drogue chutes did their duty, so let's cut them. And splashdown! Yes! We made it! Alright. We made it! Now let's see what this thing tells us now. You expose the material samples to the environment, taking note of how it behaves. Lame. Lame flavor text again. We don't have to collect it. We'll collect it once we recover the vessel. Alright, that's what we're talking about. 123 science earned, 145 science total. So, what can we do with 145 science? So, there's plenty of stuff we can do. Let's see. What would help us best? This EVA experiments kit, this will help us out once we get into space, so that yields science. So let's get this miniaturization. Alright, now we have 56 science points. Can we get anything else that can help us out? Alright, let's see, we can get rocketry, we can get advanced rocketry, we can get general construction, we can get aviation. We can start building planes with this, or we can get flight control. I am gonna get general construction because, excuse me, this over here is gonna go a long way in helping with some of what we're gonna construct. The strut connector. Basically, it's gonna keep our what we're building from wobbling around. I'll point out its relevance once I start building the next rocket. I think on the next rocket, you know what, we're going to space, folks. We are going to space. And for that, we need, hang on, do we have what we need? Yeah, we have what we need. For that, we need a new ship. So let's make sure, let's put on it when we need to come back home, safe and sound. And this time, since we're going to be going a lot faster, and since we don't want any burnination, we are going to put a heat shield on. It's going to keep us from turning into French toast. Below that, let's see, let's put a little bit of fuel, a little rocket engine to put us into space and then bring us back home. And now we need the equipment to get us away from home. God, the music is just so epic in this. You know what, there's one thing I'm realizing, the volume is a little quiet. Come on, music, start playing again. Let's see, mic input. Just playing around with the volume here a little bit. Pardon the pause. Alright, there we go. Now, I need more fuel to get us into space. And, here's the thing with these rocket engines. This one, it has more power, but it can't steer. Now, this one doesn't have so much power, but it can steer. I kind of need this to steer, so that's why I'm electing it to, that first stage that we're building over here. Now, this alone won't get us into space. If you look down over here, we've only got 1559 meters per second of delta V. We need about how much do we need to get us into space? I think it's like $2 grand or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. Shame on me. But that alone isn't gonna put us into space. So we need a way to we need a little extra power to get us into space. So enter our solid rocket boosters. So you know what? I'm gonna give myself a little extra fuel over here. This is probably overkill, but at this point in the game, a little overkill won't hurt you. It's later on when you gotta optimize your weight for your missions that you gotta pay attention to how you're building it. As the song goes, you can't always get what you want, but in this case, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, this is where the struts are going to come into play, because as it is right now, it's going to be a little wobbly. Not too wobbly, but I mean a little more wobbly for my taste. So this is just going to keep everything from wobbling around a little bit. Strut up this end over here. Now, aerodynamic nose cone. Yeah, we need. That'll help out because we need our tips to be sharp, like an arrow. A lot more efficient that way. Let's see. I don't know if we need the Science Junior explicitly for this. What we're gonna do over here, but I'm bringing it with me just in case. I mean, I know I can just come back late. I can just revert to flight and then get it, but I'd rather put it on right now. So we got some goo. We got a barometer. We need a thermometer. No, not doubles. We don't need doubles right now. So just 1 and 1. I'm flying with a scientist again, so the good thing about the science mode is that you can do anything with any of the Kerbals. So if you were playing in career mode, then you have to pay attention to their specialities. You can't. I mean, you could fly a spacecraft with a scientist Kerbal, but that wouldn't really work out. Same thing with an engineer Kerbal. In other words, for what you want to do, you got to pay attention to who you're assigning to the job. All right, I'm just gonna lower these a little bit. All right. Now, name. We need a name for this. Round and round, because we're gonna be going round and round Kerbin. Let me just double check who's flying here. Oh, Jeb was gonna be flying. I need Bob. I need Bob for this one. Don't worry, Jeb. Your time will come. Now, the big question is, will this fly? Actually, here's another big question. Do we have this staged properly? Let's just make sure everything is firing at the beginning. These will separate once we don't need them anymore. This will fire up once we need it, and then this will separate once we don't need it. And then this will bring us back home. There's also one little change that I'm gonna make over here to the heat shield. The heat shields are pretty good in this. A little too good. As in, you don't need 200 units of a blader of the stuff that burns off. So let's have it. Even then, it's gonna be overkill. But yeah. All right. Is everything set? All right. Are we ready to launch? Yes, we are. Bob, are you ready? Are you ready to go, buddy? You're ready. All right. T minus. Hang on. Do we? No. Ah! This is now a night launch. This is what I wanted to do. Yep. This is now a night launch. All right. So let's start it. T minus 5 on my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and ignition, and now we're going liftoff of the round and round on a mission to go round and round Kerbin. Yes. All right. Oh, this is what I was worried about. Whether it was gonna go all wonky on me or not. Little wonky, but we still have control. That's a good thing. Alright, getting a little toasty over here. Alright. Boosters have done their work. Separate. Alright, we're gonna make it into space. Now we gotta make sure that we're gonna stay in space. And as it stands right now, that's gonna be, I don't know. Let's see. I think we're gonna have enough to make it. Are we gonna make it? I think we are, but just barely. We'll find out in a little while. Alright. Separate. Let's do a little time warping over here. Get ourselves up into space, obviously. I think I'm not gonna have enough, but let's see. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Actually, you know what? I am not. Oh, that's one reason I'm not gonna have enough to get into space, because I fired too late. And I'm back in the atmosphere. Okay, this was a bust. You know what, let's do this, where hopefully this doesn't compromise our stability. The spacecraft was a little wibbly wobbly there on takeoff. Let's hope this doesn't aggravate it. Just making a little aesthetic change to the rocket, and more Twitter follows. Although I'm pretty sure I know which account that's from. Alright, we're taking off in the daytime again this time, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition, liftoff, take 2. Alright, so far so good. Starting to pick up some speed there. It's gonna get a little toasty in a little while, but we should be okay for now. There is something that I could have done with the boosters. There are rocket motors on the side. Could have turned down how much thrust they're putting out. But it's a little late for that now, so... let's just wait to bleed off a little extra zip over here. Alright, we're gonna make it into space, but pretty high at this point. Alright, let's finish up with our first stage over here, and we're out of fuel. Separate. Alright. Point ourselves forward and give ourselves a little puff. Actually, let's point ourselves downward a little bit. Alright, I think I got it this time. We're gonna know in a little bit. Okay, I think I got it this time. Alright, my monitor is showing I'm not as laggy right now, but it's still pretty laggy. It's been a laggy day overall on this one. Alright, we are in space. I know what I forgot. I forgot to bring the little experiment thing with us. That was the whole point of building something that could get us into space. It's alright, I'll bring it on the next one. Alright, coming up on apoapsis, the highest point in our orbit. You know what, let me just make a quick change to something over here. Just gonna move this over here. Alright, there we go. Alright, that bottom window should be a little more visible now. Oh, we're coming up on when we gotta burn. Alright, a little more, a little more, a little more. Okay, the good news, we're in space. Bad news, we're out of fuel. We have no more fuel left. Alright, Well, pack it up. We're done. We live here now. No, actually, there is one thing we could do. It's a little on the cheaty side, but like I said earlier in the stream, you gotta do what you gotta. So let's see. Is there any science that I haven't collected up here? We already collected this earlier, but you know what? Let's take what we can get. Alright, so goo, mystery, goo, science junior. Oh, that's right. I don't think I got it on the last one. So that means I didn't get temperature. Oh, I almost left some science on the table. Crew report. We got it last time. I know, because we don't have any. We're not getting any science out of it. Did we get an EVA report last time? No, we did not. It's a good thing I checked. I was about to leave some valuable science on the table. Actually, there's something we can do over here. Check us out. We are in space. Woohoo! Alright, enough goofing around. We got science to collect, and then we gotta get home, because I'm not floating around up here. I gotta get back home to my wife and kids and snacks. That's one thing that seems to be important to the Kerbal, snacks, because in a lot of their promos you see stuff related to snacks. Was this the one that I collected it from? No, that wasn't it. No, Bob, what are you doing? Bob. No, down. We are going down. Down, dude. Collect our data. Take our data. Did we collect our data over here? Yeah, we did. Alright, grab on board. Alright, here's what we can do. Have we collected everything? We have collected everything? Alright, so let's go a little further in the orbit. Let's get back on the daylight side of things. Alright, so again, very cheaty, but we gotta get home. So separate it. You know what? I'm just realizing there was an ideal point where I should have done this. And we gotta get to it. Because here's the thing. If you're trying to speed up, it's a little more efficient if you do it at a periapsis, your lowest point, and then to slow down. It's a lot better if you do it from your apoapsis, your highest point, because that's when you're at the slowest part of your orbit, which is what we need right now. We need to be slow, and we gotta slow down further. So remember, Carrie, remember Star Wars episode, what is it? Well, The Empire Strikes Back. Remember Princess Leia's line, would it help if we got out and pushed? Guess what? Yes! That's what we're doing. We are pushing our ship back. Back, I tell you, back! Come on, Bob, full power! We're gonna burn until we're out of... Well, no. Actually, we can't burn until we're out of propellant because we need some propellant to get back into the ship. Alright, so far so good. So far so good. If this works out, then this should lower our periapsis back into the atmosphere. We're gonna know in a little while. It's gonna work, for sure. I just needed to get back into the atmosphere, and then physics will do the rest. Burn, 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 burn. Come on. Lesson learned for the next time. Fly it a little more efficiently and maybe bring a little extra fuel. Actually, there's some space we could have, there's some weight we could have saved. That's also another thing. It takes fuel to get stuff up here, so we could have saved some weight somewhere. I'll point it out once we get back on land. But anyway, all right, it worked. Yay! Because now our periastus is in the atmosphere, right where we want to get it. Now this might bounce us back out into space, but eventually it's going to slow down enough that that we can come home again. So we're not stuck up here, thankfully. Yay! We're going to get back home. Now let's speed it up a little bit. Alright, the time warp cuts out once we're back in the atmosphere. Alright. Actually, while we're here, I'm going to point out what we could have saved weight on. This part that I'm highlighting over here, the monopropellant. It is another kind of fuel, but it's not a fuel that we could use right now. We don't have the equipment to use it. It helps us maneuver ourselves around other spacecraft, and we could also use it to fine-tune our orbits once we get up to that point. But right now it was just dead weight. You know, we could have drained that. We could have used that to carry a little less weight into the atmosphere. But coulda, woulda, shoulda. Doesn't help us now. Putting a little extra ablator helped us out, actually, because we're gonna burn up a fair bit of it. Now, just to point it out, down here, our altitude, it dipped back below the edge of space. So no matter what happens, we're gonna land back on Kerbal. But where exactly is the big question. Alright, it's gonna be it's gonna take a while to get to it, but chat, how are we doing over here? Hang on one second. Alright, she's picking up speed. Have to cut the mic just to answer my parents. One thing I will point out for the future is, if something comes up with the parents, I am interrupting the stream. But right now it's not critical, so I can keep the ball rolling. Alright. Oh, we are eating a blader. Alright, we made it. We're gonna land somewhere on land. It ultimately doesn't matter because they can still recover us. Drogue chutes deployed. Alright, let's set this to open all the way at 1,500 kilometers, and let's set our parachute to open. A little risky, but let's cut it down a little. Actually, you know what? There's one way we can check how far we are above ground. You know what? I'll just leave it at 1,000 for now. Chute deploy. And we have our chute. And we have a lovely view of the night sky. Ooh. This is a view I like, just the outer edges of the galaxy over the skies of Kerbal. All right, we're gonna take a while to get back to ground, but we're gonna make it safe and sound, thankfully. deployed a little lopsided there. Alright. Oh, now the ground's coming into focus. Alright, 6 meters per second. We're going to be touching down a little hard, but we're going to be okay. This capsule is pretty durable. Hopefully the Kerbal inside is as well. Nah, they are surprisingly hardy, the Kerbals. If I can actually... If I can find... I'm sure I'll find an example later on down the road. Alright. 20 meters. 10 meters. And... touchdown. We made it! And we can do a little science here while we're at it. From Kerbal's grasslands. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? Well, this is where I'm gonna disagree, because we just came from space, so we... Actually, I mean... No, I'm gonna say it wasn't. I'm gonna say it was necessary, because we wanted to make it here alive, didn't we? Let's take a surface sample. Yep, looks like dirt. Let's climb back inside. We can get a crew report. Or existing crew report. Yes, because we're getting it from somewhere new. Keep experiment. Alright. Now, let's get back to the Kerbal Space Center. Alright, not as much science that's around, but mostly because we didn't do anything new, but I mean, it's still a hefty chunk. 69 science total. Well, 69.6. Alright, hang on, let me save the game really quick. Let's just call it primary. Let's leave it paused over here, go back to the chat window. I'm not done yet. I'm just gonna take a quick break to go get my food. I'm gonna pull up the intermission screen. I mean, it's not gonna be much of an intermission, but I mean, it's still gonna be a pause and things. It's gonna be about 4 or so minutes. So I guess get up, stretch, get some water, go to the restroom, check your texts. Yeah, do what you gotta do. I'm gonna come back for the second act in a little while. Actually, one more thing as well. The stream quality is looking a little better now. So I'm gonna restart, but I'm gonna restart it from the intermission card. So just bear with me. I'll be right back. And we're back. Oh, excuse me. Hopefully hiccups aren't gonna plague this part of the stream. Yeah, welcome back. Did we get up the stretch? Did we get up to take care of ourselves? Hopefully we have. I gulped down something really quick. My gosh, I am a mess this time around. I am sorry. If you, for anyone joining right now, if you came in for quality entertainment, go back to the home stream of Twitch and look for somebody else, cause this. I'm just trying to have fun over here. To be perfectly honest, I mean, have fun. Hopefully bring a little entertainment to somebody else. I mean, the point. I don't know where I'm going with any of this, but just trying to have a good time. Hopefully, those of you watching have a good time as well. If anything, watching me fall apart on camera is entertaining enough. Hang on, let me cut the mic for a second. There. Let's get back to things over here. Hopefully with minimal fail. Alright, so overall the objective I had over here was to get to the Mun. So we are gonna get to the Mun. I think we have what we need to get there at this point. I'm not entirely sure. I want to say we do, but just to be sure, let's see. Flight control. Is this what we need over here? Fuel systems. Actually, we don't have enough for that. Oh, here. There's stuff from here that'll be helpful to the cause. All right, so let's build something that'll get us to the Mun. This isn't gonna be it over here. Actually, let's build that thing before we give it a name. This time we'll drain the monopropellant. I don't think we're gonna need that. Give ourselves chutes. Okay, give ourselves chutes, give ourselves heat shields. Half of it was enough last time, so half should do this time as well. Alright, so this is what's gonna get us back to Kerbal. Now let's make something that'll get us around, get us to the Mun and back. And this is where this comes into play, the Terrier engine. This is really good for flying around space. Now it doesn't look like much over here, because you see, you can get a measurement of what stuff is gonna do in space or wherever you're going. Now if you can, now here on Kerbal, it doesn't look all that impressive. To the Mun, yes, to the Mun. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't look that impressive because you only get 350 meters per second delta V with this particular fuel tank, and it doesn't look all that powerful. But when you switch to the vacuum of space, 1421 meters per second delta V and 2.10 thrust per weight ratio. It's gonna be a little lower because I'm gonna attach science units to this thing. Let's see, we get our science junior, get our mystery goo. Oh wait, we only need 2. We don't need 3. Let's see, barometer, thermometer. And just to point it out, there is one more thing that'll help get science back over here. An experiment storage unit. Pretty much what it says. It stores experiments. That is the data that you would collect off of a science experiment, and then it puts it in here. You put it somewhere on the spacecraft, somewhere where it's gonna survive, and you get your science back. Anyway, let's see. This should get us to the Mun and back. Actually, there's I'll explain it on the way. Basically, you need. Here's the end goal over here. You need part of the craft to get you out of Kerbal, then you need part of the craft to get you to the Mun, and then that same part, or maybe a different part, will get you back to Kerbal. But I'll point it out when it's time. And we just need the part right now that'll get us off of Kerbal. This is why I got the longer taxi, because I mean you could just put a bunch of these, you could just strap a bunch of these together, like so, but they tend to get a little wobbly. It'll look like like a bendy toy. Is there such thing as a bendy toy? I don't know if there is, but the point being is that it wouldn't be all that stable. So let's see. Now, this alone isn't going to be too powerful, but this is only going to do part of the work. So, you know what? On second thought, let me make the fuel tank over here a little bigger. This might be overkill. This might throw things off balance, but hey, you never know unless you experiment. Ooh, nice dark gray and black color. Me likey. Oh, that's why my readings looked a little off. I was still measuring for Kerbal. Alright, so let's... This time around, let's give ourselves 4 boosters to get off of Kerbal. Make sure that they're attached. Rotate them up. Line them up. Let's see. Let's dip this down a little lower. So they're the ones touching. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? Alright, plan B. Just attach it to a different boost. Not a different booster, a different part of the fuel tank. The fuel tanks. When in doubt, there's a saying among Kerbal Space Program players, apparently. More boosters! It might look like I'm following that philosophy right now, but just bear with me. Admittedly, there's still points in the game that I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, we all gotta start somewhere, no? Alright, struts are in. This should keep us around from wibbly wobbling. It's gonna be a little wobbly anyway, just by virtue of it being so tall and thin. But otherwise, I think we're... So there's one more thing I'm gonna add over here. Winglets. I don't know if this is entirely necessary. It might not. I mean, ultimately, it might not make a difference. The point being that this should keep us pointed forward like an arrow. Check our staging, make sure everything is gonna fire when it should. And There's one thing I'm gonna change up with the parachutes. I'm gonna set them to load arm when we're just about to enter Kerbal again. All right, everything seems to be in order. Oh, there's one more thing that I meant to bring. Let's see. Jab. What are you bringing with you? Not a lot. There's one more thing we can throw in there. The little science experiment kit. I still haven't tried it out myself, but I have seen videos where people have played around with the science kit. Alright, so are we ready? Do we have would anyone like to provide this fine ship a name? Anyone? Don't be shy, speak up. Because we're not going to call it Untitled Spacecraft again. That's what we called the first one, and we're not going to call it the lab. Nothing related. Well, I mean, if anyone has a name suggestion, by all means. I've got a name. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Anyone else want to chime in on it? All right, let's see. What can we name it? What can we name it? Actually, I almost forgot. We want a scientist on board on this one. Let's just say it's a scientist that can fly. This is gonna be a little bit of an Asdef movie reference over here. There's one sketch that goes when I think it was like, when I grow up I want to go to the moon. So why wait? This is funny to me. I don't know if it's funny for anybody else. I apologize if it's not funny. This is not your stop for quality content or comedy. For that, I highly suggest a different channel. Well, there's one laugh, so there's that. Alright, so I think we have enough. There's one way to double check this. I'll come right back with it. Hey, bear with me. I started talking and I didn't turn my mic back on. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, what I was saying is that if you go to the Kerbal Space Program subreddit, you'll find plenty of help there in the form of the other users on the subreddit, and also the tools that they either point out or come up with. This is one over here that it doesn't look that clear over here. You know what? Let me call it up just in case anybody is curious. Hang on. Yeah, so this is it over here. I mean, you could search Kerbal Space Program Delta V chart Delta V map, and then one of the first results that'll show up. I mean, here's one from the Kerbal Space Program wiki. It shows you the chart, which is made by Reddit user Swashel Bucky, and then that in itself was there's work from other people in there. The point being is that if you follow hang on, I need my pointer over here. Yeah, there we go. The point being that you start from where you're leaving, and then you work your way up to where you want to go, and then that should give you a good idea how much basically how much gas you need to get there, and then follow the reverse for the most part to get back. It's a very useful tool, and that's what I'm using to cross-check whether my ship can get to the Mun and back. So 3463, and you needed about 5120 to get to the Mun, to the surface of it. I mean, we're not going to go all the way to the surface. That's just in showing showing with an atmosphere. Without an atmosphere, you have 5743. We would theoretically have enough to land, and then I guess we would have enough to get back. But we're just gonna fly by the Mun. So little overkill, but we should be in good shape. And it's gonna be a night launch this time, for real, without any fails. Alright, we're at full power. SAS is on. Alright, so countdown. We'll take it from 15, T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff of the Y wait. And we are not waiting, we are getting out of here. Alright, it's not pitching over as aggressively as I would like. Alright, I'm running into one problem of the design. It's stable, for sure. A little too stable. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna turn down the 4 boosters over here. As it is, we have a little too much oomph. Okay, 1.68 thrust to weight ratio. I'm looking at the. Okay, I am gonna turn on my cursor over here. It would help. It would help out immensely just to show what I'm pointing out. Anyway. Do we have it? Alright, here we go. Yeah, down here. It's not as powerful as what we had before, but that doesn't matter. Alright, load it up, load it up, load it up. Alright, let's do this again. T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And liftoff. Take 2. Alright, there we go. Oh, I think I pitched over a little too aggressively there. Ideally, you want to give it a little distance before you start pitching over, but in this case, I kind of did it right off the bat. I want to make sure that I'm pointing where I want to go. This thing is pitching over a little too aggressively. Oh boy, I could be in trouble here. Come on, pitch back up, pitch back up. How far up are we gonna go? Not that far up. Yeah, we're going a little too fast at this point. We're gonna get into space at least, and that much is for sure. Alright, boosters away. This isn't really proper form, but I'm just gonna let it coast all the way up. Where are you going? Where are you going? Let's set it to go prograde. Prograde forward, just to be clear. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you've seen spacecraft launch, this isn't how they do it. Everything's firing all at once. Everything's throttling up and down as necessary. But this isn't a real life launch. This is Kerbal Space Program. Your physics have no power over me here. Or they do, but to a point. I mean, I think you can mod the physics in order to better reflect what goes on in the real world. Anyway, let's speed things up a little bit over here. Oh, a little too much zip. Alright, come on, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. We're not gonna get into orbit with you slacking over here. Help it all along a little bit. Alright, I think we got it here. Nope, not quite. Alright, cut off right where we needed it. And welcome to space, folks, again. Alright, everything's just gonna fall back down the curve, and so unlike our first go, we don't have a part of the ship that's still floating around in the infinite void. So, turning back to the little chart that I was showing earlier, I printed it out and laminated it, so because I had it printed out, I had it stuck onto a little whiteboard that I have over here to the side. But when I got my laminator, I decided, hey, let me laminate it, let me preserve it. So according to this, we need about 860 meters per second delta V to get to the Mun. We definitely have that. We have 1,990 meters per second. Now, of course, how do we get to the Mun? Well, first thing to do, let's set it as a target. Let's see. Now, one thing you could do is when you're orbiting around, just to show it, just to show it off over here. If you have your ship pointing prograde, and if you have it pointing prograde like so, the instant the Mun comes up over the horizon over here. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let's get ourselves pointing prograde again, that way we're ready when it happens. There's the Mun, start burning, go back to the map view, and give it a little while. This isn't the most powerful rocket phase, but that was the whole point of this. It's like a little four-cylinder sedan. It's not about the power. It's about getting us to where we need to go. That's the good thing about this little Terrier engine. It's perfect for not ultra long distance, but I mean at least we're getting around the curve and the Mun and Minmus. It'll suit your needs just fine. So as you can see, the orbit's apoapsis, the highest point. It keeps rising and rising and rising. Eventually, it's gonna intersect the Mun over here. The idea is that you wanna point it early, so it's there when... So you get here when this gets over here. Alright, so we're gonna make it to the Mun, but I want to get a little closer, so that's where the focus view part comes in handy. Because as it stands, we're gonna get about this close to the Mun, 1,326,128 meters. We can bring it in a little closer though. Only thing is, let's see. I think I could speed it up, but then I'm gonna be going past it too fast. I don't want to go past it too fast. So let's. Yeah, there we go. We're just dropping this down. That way we can do a flyby of the Mun. Get ourselves a little closer, give ourselves a good photo opportunity. Yay. Alright. And of course pay attention to your delta V. You don't want to get over there and then not be able to get back. Okay, doesn't look like we're getting further, any further in, but that's perfectly fine. Let's switch back. Actually, it would be a little more efficient if I did it halfway, because at this point I have Kerbal kind of bogging me down, so it would have been a little better to do it out here. But we have fuel to play around with. We're in good shape. So we're gonna be leaving Kerbal behind. Bye bye, Kerbal. We'll see you in a little bit. It looks even better with this environmental mod. There's a mod that you can add on that'll give you clouds and everything. I've seen it. It looks gorgeous. Not that this view isn't too bad. I mean, you're way above where you live, so can't really beat that view. Hang on. There's a way you can get rid of everything. Ah, here we go. What was that for a view, huh? But we got work to do. We can do work actually, because we're high enough off the ground that our science experiments are going to show science high above where we're going. In this case, Kerbal, high above Kerbal. So we got some good flavor text over here. The high radiation environment causes a few of the samples to glow. It looks like it would be fun to paint the rocket with. Yep, glowy spacecraft. Let's see what the goo is doing. The goo feels right at home here. Is it possible that the goo came from space? Possibly. Log pressure data, and it shows the same thing. It's as if we were in a vacuum. We might be in a vacuum, but we can still get the data from different points. On where we're going, up above it, around it, over it, etc. Alright, so we got some flavor text for the temperature. Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible, as there is no matter around to be either hot or cold, except the spacecraft and the thermometer itself. This is probably going to give the R&D guys something to think about for a while. Yeah, that would make sense, because apparently in space, you're either roasting or freezing. It depends on which way you're facing, whether you're facing the sun or not. There's a whole explanation for that. If you Google it, I'm pretty sure you'll find out what that explanation is. I can't quite remember it off the top of my head. It has to do for sure with the vacuum of space, because there's no air. There's nothing to keep you either insulated or cooling you down. So something like that. Don't quote me on it. I have a vague idea what's the case, but I really should do research before I delve into any of this. Crew report. While in space high over Kerbal, it's very round. Oh yeah. Round and round. Alright, let's collect our work. Should get a little closer. Alright, take data. Yeah, this is the worry over here, that I wouldn't be able to get it, but luckily we can maneuver ourselves around. We can maneuver ourselves around space. Well, space around our craft. So we can get in a little closer, collect their data. Let's restore it just in case we need it. I think we are gonna need it. Let's restore our Science Junior. Take our data. Let's collect the crew report that we had in there. EBA report. Record your observations about the situation. The situation here is that we're staring at home. We're staring at where we came from. Alright, enough being philosophical. Actually, you know what? Let's... Oh wait, can we even get to, wait a minute. Oh, I had space to... Oh, never mind. I'm good. I was getting worried that I wasn't gonna be able to access it. Access our little science kit over here. Alright. So, little science kit, what can you do for us? Well, we can... Wait, how do I... Oh, here we are. Perform EVA science. Alright, we have, what was that? Little, wingnut? I think we were trying to put a little rocket ship... I should have had it... You know what? Let's reset. Let's reset. We need this in the light. All right. So. Oh, we're spinning we're spinning a little wingnut around in space. Watching the astronaut look through the EVA science kit has given us conclusive evidence that the new situation has not improved their creativity. I think you're not giving them enough credit there, Kerbal Space Agency. Wait, what do we name this? Universal Research. You're not giving Bob enough credit there. Can we take this with us again? I don't think we can take it back with us, but that's all right. And there's just gonna be a tiny little... Actually, wait, that... If you look at it from a different angle, it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse ears. Alright, so... Let's move things along a little bit. Are we gonna run? We're not gonna run out of power, are we? Ideally, we should have brought extra batteries with us, but I mean, it's just a short hop out to the Mund, so we're not in danger of running out of power. Alright, so let's get ourselves a little closer to the Mund. Let's see, I think slowing us down might get us a little closer to... Nope, it's pulling us away. Okay, apparently we gotta speed up a little bit in order to get closer to the... Well, that's alright, we just gotta remember to, slow ourselves down again once we get close. Because as it stands right now, if we don't do anything, we're just gonna get slung out into space. So we have to remember to slow down if we want to come back home. Alright, so... Wait, what's Sarview doing? What is Sarview doing? Let's set it to orbital. Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. It's a nice view. I wouldn't mind seeing it for myself. I mean, maybe in the future we'll get to see what the Apollo astronauts were seeing. Who knows? Alright. Let's warp up ahead to when we get close to the Mun. It's gonna slow itself down. Alright, so we can do additional signs. Actually, you know what? Let's have ourselves pointing towards a source of light. Alright. Crew report. You look at the surface of the Mun and try to find a good landing spot. The inside of the craters might be the best option. But we're just flying by the Mun, but that would be a good note to make for later on. Go feels right at home up here above the Mun as well. Again, it'll read that as a vacuum, but you're getting signs as well from a different area of the game. And again, there's no matter around to be hot or cold. Again, kind of the same flavor text, but we're getting different amount of signs. Hold that thought, guys. I think I was just hearing my chair squeaking around because we've had stuff scratching around in the walls. I was getting worried that something had. Nothing's come out, has it? Okay, we're gonna have to take another quick break. I'll be right back. I was scaring myself with rain. I thought there was something scratching around in the walls, but it's just rain splattering up against the window. I forgot that it was gonna rain. Oh boy. This has been a stream for sure. Alright, the high radiation environment constitutes the samples to glow. It looks like same text, but then look at this over here. Since we're somewhere new, we're getting 50 science out of the deal. Nice little chunk of science. Let's get you out over here. Let's see, does the EVA kit do something? Does the EVA science kit do a little something different here? It doesn't look like it. Watching the astronaut look through the UV signs, blah 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 blah. Alright, grab on. Actually, wait, we should probably retrieve our science. Come on, get yourself pointing back up this way. Collect data, restore, gotta restore it as well. Data, and more data. Alright, do we have everything? Yes we do. Alright, onward to the Mun. Here it comes. And I have done it. I have sent myself to the Mun. I mean, I am sending myself on a flyby of the Mun. I'm not landing down there. I want to come back home at some point. Now, from up here, we can do science again. Actually, wait. No, not yet. We gotta get in. We gotta get in a little closer. How far in are we getting? Oh boy. This is gonna count as conduct material study. High orbital one. Oh, I didn't bring myself in close enough. That's all right. We'll get it on the next go. What we gotta do for sure is make sure that we can get ourselves back to Kerbal. So let's fire retrograde. And now our orbit is. Whoa. I think I goofed up again. Yeah, I goofed up, but not in a way that's unsalvageable. It's just gonna take me a little longer to get back home. So let's bid farewell to the Mun. Goodbye, Mun. We'll see you on the next trip. Alright, we got battery power. Now here's the thing, if we fire it over here, I mean I think we would have fuel to get home, but you know what? There's something we can do. We can quick save. If this doesn't work out, then we can come back to it. I think I have enough fuel to just slow us down from here and get us back to Kerbal. I'm about to find out. Alright, where does that place us? Keep it going, 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 keep it going. And let's bring it in a little lower. We're kind of just diving in over here, but that should do it. I don't think that's ring. I swear that there's something scratching around in the walls again. Probably another mouse. That's a story to tell, but that's for another time. But just suffice to say, I did not expect the mouse waddling up to me in search of crumbs. Alright, Mama, we're coming home. Oh, it's the other way. Alright. Separate from that part. That part's done its duty. Where exactly are we gonna land anyway? We might touch down in water this time. Anyway. Coming up on entry. This is gonna be a little rough, so hang on, Bob. Whoa, my gosh. Something's blowing up. It's the rest of the spacecraft. I'll point out that much. Speed it up a little bit. Alright, it doesn't look like we're gonna make it in water. But we're landing back on Kerbal. That's what counts. Alright, there's our drogues. And there's our main. And there's the rest of the the rest of the ship touching down somewhere. All right, we have made it back, and we're making it back with a truckload of science to boot. Alright, prepare for landing. We're at 100 meters. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10, and touchdown. Yes, we made it. Woo! Now let's look at all that science. Crickets. Don't you cricket me, game. Oh. No, the game wasn't cricketing me. It was telling me that we came back with 325.5 units of science. All right. There's plenty we can do with that. Let's see. Precision engineering. Do we got any? Well, we needed to get to electronics eventually. So hang on. Let me just do some. Let's see. 90, 160, and that brings to 250, and then another 300. Oh, we don't have enough to get to electronics right now. We might need another trip for that, but we can get there for sure. You know what, let's start with this. This is gonna be useful at some point down the road. Weather analyzer, so you know what? Let's get this, and we'll just save the science for another time. Oh boy. Somebody didn't make it to the Mun safe and sound. Mun or bust? I think you went bust. Oh boy, Jeb. You got quite a pickle on your hands here. You're on your own on that one. Alright, this was a bit of an unorthodox stream. A lot of fail, a lot of questionable happenings, a lot of the internet going down. None too happy about that, but what can you do? You can't have everything working perfectly all the time. Oh wow, this screen is looking really bright now. You know what? Because I left it on that this part over here. Hang on, Oh. I am hearing stuff and freaking out over nothing. I mean, unless I get off and there's another mouse staring at me, and that won't be good. Anyway, this was a long one. I I'm gonna cut it over here, and hopefully for the next stream I'll have something figured out. Uh, I'm gonna do another series. Just what exactly? I'm not sure yet. I have some days to figure it out, or I might take the week off. Who knows? But anyway, those of you that are here, thank you so much for bearing with me with my body going haywire a little earlier, and then all the technical glitches. And just in general, thanks so much for bearing with me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for following and all that good stuff. It was fun. I had fun. Hope you guys had fun as well. Let's see. I don't remember if I set text for what's gonna happen next time over here. But in any case, I'm gonna close it down. Take care, everyone. Have a good night if you're on the other side of the world. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Take care. Bye bye.